Welcome to Study Loop.
Problem 7.13, we have a microwave that's being pushed up a ramp by a force F. It's being pushed a distance of 6 meters. The force is constant. It's at an angle of 36.9 degrees. Its mass is 10 kilograms, and the coefficient of friction between the ramp and the microwave is 0.25. So we want to find a bunch of things. We want to know what is the work that our force does. We want to know what is the work done by friction. We want to know the change in potential energy. We want to use these answers to compute the change in kinetic energy. And then we want to use the sum of F's equals ma to find the acceleration and then the speed, and then using that to compute the change in kinetic energy that way and compare to the previous part. So the work done by F is, the dot product of F and the direction of displacement, which in this case is just the product of the magnitudes because they're in the same direction. So F times S, if S is our 6 meters. So this is 660 joules. So to calculate the friction force, let's think of a free body diagram here. If this is our microwave, here's our force, capital F. Well, let's make it look like a capital F. Here's the force of friction going in the other direction. Here's the weight. And then here will be the normal force. So the normal force, and then we know that this angle is 36.9. So the normal force, which is what we need for the friction, is m times g times the cosine of theta, which you can either use your trigonometric relations or use the fact that it has to be one of cosine or sine, and then when theta goes to 0, the normal force should be equal to the weight, and the cosine of 0 is 1. So the normal force is 19.6 newtons. So then the work done by friction is going to be the friction coefficient times the normal force times the distance we're traveling. It's our 6 meters. And so the work that friction does is negative 118 joules. Now the change in potential energy just comes from the change in height. So mg delta h, let's call its starting height 0. And then this would be mgs sine of theta. And again, we know it either has to be cosine or sine, just sort of from being familiar with this type of thing. And sine of theta is equal to 0 when theta is 0. And if this ramp is horizontal, then there's no change in its height, and so this is the one we want. So then this ends up being 353 joules. Now, we want to calculate the increase in the kinetic energy. So we use our work relation, or our work energy relation, K initial plus U initial plus the work done by other forces is equal to the final mechanical energy. So delta K equals K final minus K initial. So imagine taking this over here. We end up with negative delta U, because we'll have a U initial minus U final, and delta U is U final minus U initial, so swapping them around is the negative of that difference, minus the work done. In this case, we know it's friction that does it. Or, yeah, no, plus the work done, because it stays on the same side, which is good because this is negative. And so our change in kinetic energy is 190 joules. So far, so good. And then we'll start a new page for part E. Now, we can use our free body diagram from before. We know that the sum of forces in the x direction is equal to the x acceleration. And, you know, similarly, that the sum of forces just in general is equal to the acceleration. So we know that our force minus friction force minus the mass, or the weight due to the mass, sorry, the sine of theta is equal to ma. A is 3.16 meters per second from this. So if our initial speed is 0, as we're told, v sub f is what we're looking for. The distance over which this force acts is x, let's just call it delta x. To do less writing, it's equal to 6 meters. So, you know, this is the length up the ramp it's being pushed. And we can use the formula of Vf squared equals the initial squared plus 2 times the acceleration times delta x. We put the x-axis on along the ramp. So then this is 6.16 meters per second. And so now our change in kinetic energy from this, the initial kinetic energy is 0, so just 1/2 mv f squared is equal to 190 joules. And looking back here, we found that computing the change in the kinetic energy this way, just considerations, we get the same answer. So all is right with the world.